All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully, this works. I've been having some issues with live broadcasts, and today was no exception. Welcome to episode 2 of Unicorn TV. And I have my trusty sidekick here, Pusheen Unicorn Stuffed Animal. So, that should she's here to give our unicorn energy and to get over the tech issues. Let me just share this in a couple spots and then we will get going. Yeah. So this is going to be pretty quick. It'll be fairly quick. And I'm kind of like doing this weird braid thing today, so don't mind me. Super cash day, I guess. All right, so I'm just sharing this in my group, which is Unleash Your Inner Unicorn. So definitely join us if you want to be a part of that. And then we will get going. So let me know where you're joining from today. And I would love to know. Cool. All right, so good on that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to expand a little bit more on this one mindset that I recently learned about that is super awesome if you want to grow your business quickly. And it's literally just one idea, but it's been transforming my life this month. And so I thought I would share it. I shared it in an email last week, and then I wanted to do this broadcast this week. So that's what we're talking about today. And the whole point of this TV show that I have created on my business page is to empower and inspire you to basically become your unicorn self, which is somebody that shines bright, is true to themselves, and has a very successful life and business based on however that looks to them. Hi, Maggie. Good to see you. Cool. This is awesome. I can see who's joining, which is super cool. This used to not do that in this interface. So anyway, Unicorn TV, that's what it's all about. It's about empowering you to be a unicorn, whatever that looks like to you. Being a unicorn is being true to yourself, letting it shine, and having success. So that being said, I wanted to share this mindset today. And that is to make sure that you get over yourself. Right. So hopefully that doesn't rub you the wrong way. But if it does make you feel like, why would she say that? Then definitely take a look at that feeling. But what I mean when I say get over yourself is that a lot of the obstacles we put in our own way are because we're focused on ourselves versus being focused on how we can serve other people and how we can contribute in society. So if we look at that in terms of business, I see this come up a lot with my clients. And it comes up a lot. Like people will be either resisting doing their writing or, I'm a message strategist, so I help women with getting clear on their message and with communicating that. So they communicate that through their website, emails, like the whole kit and caboodle, like anything written. Ideally, you know your message and you reflect it through the writing. So that's important. If you want to be an effective communicator and marketer of your own business. So that's what I help women do. So I'm running up against this comment a lot with the women I talk to that they feel like either they're putting off working on their website. That's super common. So no problem if any of this applies to you. That's not a problem, but it's definitely want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. So if you feel like you are avoiding working on your website or avoiding writing an email or basically avoiding any task like related to your business, then this is something that you probably need to hear because there is something going on where you are either thinking like, I hear a lot like, oh, I don't think I'm a good writer, so that's why I'm avoiding it. Or I hear like, I don't think I'm going to really help anybody. I don't think anyone's going to listen to me or care because no one's commenting already or whatever. And, what word was common in all those examples I just gave you? It was the word I. So all those statements are about the person themselves saying that they're not good enough or something's wrong with them, and it's preventing them from moving forward. And here's the thing. You're not going to help anybody from that space. And, when you help people, whether they pay you or not, things start to move forward, and eventually you get the momentum to have paying clients, to grow your business, etc. But if you're being stuck in thinking about only yourself, then you're not serving other people and you're holding back and you're not moving forward, right? Because when we serve other people, we move our business forward. So all that is to say that the one mindset tip that you should definitely consider adopting if you want to grow your business fast is to get over yourself. So if you're ever saying like, I'm afraid to do this because I don't think I'm going to be good at it, or it's not going to be good or whatever, then you are selling yourself short. And you're also telling yourself, you're reinforcing a story that what you have to offer is not good enough or not valuable. And that in and of itself is not true. Whatever you have to offer is perfect as it is, and it will provide value to somebody, and you can definitely help and contribute to their life. So by holding that back and by saying that, you can't do it, or focusing on yourself and not focusing on the people that you want to be working with and helping, you are really being a disservice, right? Because you're holding back your unique gifts from serving other people. So it really moves nobody forward, right? Like your clients can't get your services. You can't move forward in your own personal goals, whatever they are. And it does nobody any good. Okay. So, hopefully that all makes sense. Maggie, if you're still on, let me know what you're thinking. Type a comment in the box, but I also have another prop. So the unicorn mindset alert for you to adopt is that you want to be thinking, get over yourself if you're finding yourself in a state of resistance or not thinking that what you're doing is going to be good enough, because that's frankly not true. So just get over yourself and just do it, right? Because here's the thing, like, we're not always going to be perfect. Like, I personally, like, the emails I sent last week were the lowest open rate that I've ever had, like, in the past month or two. And that kind of hurt me. I was like, oh, what did I do? But you know what? If I hadn't sent those emails, then I wouldn't have learned that, there might be some room for growth in how I'm communicating, how I'm writing my subject lines, whatever. So if I never sent the email and I just said, oh, this email is not going to be good enough, and I just avoided sending it, then I wouldn't have had that learning point that would move me forward, right? So Maggie, glad it's making sense. Awesome. So get over yourself. If you're resisting, if you're saying that you're not good enough, then that is something that you have to get into the habit of quashing that kind of thought pattern that kind of spirals us out. I'm not immune to this, okay? This happens to me a lot too. But we need to just quash that and say, you know what? I'm getting over myself. What would be better for the people I meant to serve is that I actually say something versus nothing, right? Or I actually post on Facebook versus not doing it. Or whatever that activity is for you. So, how do you think this applies in your life, Maggie, if you're still on? Otherwise, I just wanted to make this quick live. I'm going to be doing this a couple times a week, and they're going to be, I'm scheduling them in the events of my business page. So if you're interested in pre-planning and seeing what topics are going to be talked about in future episodes, you can go there. And I'll put a link to that in the description for the video. And also, if you want to talk to me about, like I mentioned earlier, I help women get clear on their message and empower them to communicate it effectively and, get all their website looking great, their emails looking great, etc. So that's what I do. And if that is something you're interested in, then I would love to talk to you on the phone. So I have 20-minute free client attraction strategy sessions, because once you know your message, it's seriously a magnet that sucks people in and repels people away that you don't want to work with, and it's perfect. So, if that interests you, then we can definitely talk about it on one of those client attraction sessions and, see what your custom plan would be in order to get your messaging in a really confident place. So let me look at the comments. Okay, so Maggie said, I think getting over myself and my fears is super hard. Yes, it is hard, right? But I think the most growth comes from doing the hard things. So don't be afraid, and don't be afraid that that's even happening, right? Because it happens to everybody that they have fear. But look at how brave you are by even noticing it, and even braver if you take action. It doesn't have to be like, for example, when I quit my job, like I never could bring myself to just quit without savings or anything. Last year, I thought I wanted that, but then when the time push came to shove, it never happened, right? And even then, like even now, I just kind of fell into a situation where it made sense to quit. It was technically a layoff situation, so it made sense, et cetera, for various reasons, right? But it was still like a safer way of going about it, and I didn't just do a cold turkey crazy thing, like just quit overnight. And so, it's okay if, first of all, I want to say, Maggie, that, and whoever else that comment relates to, that it's okay to be where you're at. It's okay that your path is unfolding the way it is. And, if somebody else had a seemingly faster path or whatever, a longer path, like that doesn't make either any of those wrong. But you just to focus on how your path is unfolding for you. And then from there, if you find yourself in fear, it's like, who are you really helping if, it has to become painful to stay in the fear. And I think, even though it sounds weird to say, like, some people feel comfortable in their fears, I think everyone actually has areas where they have fear and they're actually more comfortable in the fear than in going against it, right? And I think that's natural. But you have to realize that is a comfort zone and it's scary to go against it, but it's worth it, because who are you really helping by succumbing to the fear? Well, first of all, you're not helping yourself, right? Because you're stunting a possible growth opportunity. Second of all, you're not helping other people that you're meant to help, because you're keeping yourself small. If it's your business, you're avoiding even helping people, or whatever your business is, selling your product, etc. So you're helping nobody when you do that. It's so nutty, but still, like, we get stuck in those places because it still feels more comfortable because it's what we're used to or whatever. But it's not where we're meant to be. So hopefully that helps. But I totally get feeling that way. Like, it's hard. It's hard to keep doing work on yourself. And like, even for me, like this past month, I feel like I'm having a lot of the same ish thoughts come up that I had. Like, it's a cycle, vicious, I would say, reframe, because that word makes it seem really bad. And I mean, it is uncomfortable for sure. But, like, I'm having a lot of the same conversations come up that I had a year ago, which was when I was also in like a bad place with not, I have clients now, but back then I was like just starting out and it was really hard to get my first client. And so I'm actually having a lot of the same things come up, and it kind of annoys me because I'm like, didn't I already handle this? But I did, but it's like another layer to get me to the next level, which is selling longer term packages than I was back then. So that's what I'm currently working on, and that's how it kind of has played out for me. But yeah, I just, it is it's a circle. It's a circle in that, I wouldn't say a circle in that you're just always coming back to the same place, but it's sort of like you circle around it. So I already dealt with it last year, and now I'm up a level and I'm doing the circle again. So there's a lot of the same issues, but I can tell I'm doing a little bit better with handling it this time, etc. And then I'm sure next time when I want to up level again, I'm going to go through the circle again, but it's like sort of going up a staircase or something, like a slinky going up a staircase, if that was even possible. So defying gravity. But yeah, it is definitely, it feels like that because you do have the same things come up. But I think you'll find that even if it's the same thing coming up, it'll be still some forward momentum of some kind. Like, it'll just be a different layer of it. Or like, I can tell I'm handling it a lot better than I did last year, even though it's still been a growth thing. So, but anyway, all that to be said, thank you so much for commenting. Yeah, like sometimes it feels that way, but you're still moving forward. So Maggie said it's sometimes like 2 steps forward, 1 back. Yes, it can feel that way. But overall that person still moved forward 1 step, right? So definitely can feel that way. And I totally relate to that. So, I'm even like going through it now myself with different areas. So, all right. So yeah, the one mindset, if you've been sticking with us, that I want you to think about is to get over yourself, because if you're resisting or staying in fear, you're not doing anyone any favors by staying there, including you and other people. So get over yourself, take the action, whatever small, even if it seems small. Again, like I said, it's not all of us are going to like do a 180-degree turn in a day. Like we need to just do one little thing, like buy our website URL or whatever. And like, that's fine. That's celebrate that. So however your path is unfolding is totally fine, but you do want to keep moving it forward, even if it's 2 forward, 1 back, versus just staying in your fear and making it all about you and how afraid you are and how you don't think what you're doing is good enough or whatever it is that's coming up for you. So thank you again, Maggie, for all the live comments, and anyone else who is able to comment watching the recording. I would love to know what you think, and I will definitely be watching those. And again, like I said earlier, I help women with their messaging and communicating it in their writing, and I would love to help you with that too. And so if you want to see like a custom plan for how that would look and how that would help you in your business, then we can totally talk about that on the phone for free for 20 minutes. So I am going to post the link for that also in the description of the video. So, and also pin it as a comment. So thank you. Thank you, Maggie. Glad it spoke to you.